Hey there, Bridget and Emily. I know I'm a bit late with this video this week, but I swear it's not my fault. You see, it's because of the professor that we have over at Christ College. He's making all of us, me and the other students, have to read through these long papers that he wrote, and they're so boring. I mean, seriously, it's so boring that I literally have to drink two of these things, full of the strongest coffee I can find on campus, just so I don't fall asleep while reading them. Even then, I kind of glaze over half the stuff he says. By the way, there's one other thing about him, besides the fact that he's just boring. Um, he's been, like, dead for about, 1,000 years. Of course, I'm talking about a philosopher, Aristotle to be specific. He may be dead for over 1,000 years now, but he still manages to haunt the dreams of every college liberal arts student.
No, no, anything but that.
Wait,
No,
Eric,
no.
Eric, wake up. What were you dreaming about?
It was horrible. I jumped out of the read a paper explaining whether or not virtue is due to your actions or thoughts, due to Aristotle's texts.
That's this week's paper.
No.
A lot of our modern laws and ethics are based off of what Aristotle said. However, a lot of it's kind of, no-duh kind of stuff. For example, one of the things that he spends a lot of time on is virtue, and one of his biggest virtues is saying, don't be a slave to your emotions, put some rational thought into what you're doing. Gee, thanks, Aristotle. I could never have thought of that one on my own. Aristotle does say a lot of interesting stuff, though, and I shouldn't be bashing on him so hard. He actually is a pretty interesting guy, especially when it comes to morals of, say, having to do something because you're forced to. Are you still being virtuous, or are you being a jerk? Well, Aristotle says it depends on the conditions, which is what any reasonable person would probably say. So yeah, but all this stuff about Aristotle, that's something for another video entirely, something involving, philosophy. This is a vlog, not a philosophy blog. On a different note, I'm finally starting to settle into my schedule. Yay! This means that I can now know, when my classes are, and I know what stuff is due when, and it doesn't mean I have to be constantly checking my email anymore. So I can, I know where I'm going, I know what to do, and now I can actually do something that I've wanted to do ever since the beginning of the year. I can procrastinate with purpose. After all, why do my physics homework tonight when it's not due for another, 5 days? Physics homework. How hard could it be? Ooh, crap. Perhaps as a result of all this procrastination, I've noticed that the amount of coffee that I drink has been going up considerably over the last few weeks. This has also led to another strange habit in which I go to the cafeteria and also the cafe and buy food based on the caloric value per dollar. So in other words, I've been calculating how many calories I get per dollar with my food. So this way I can eat less and study more, but at the same time it's kind of weird because it means that I figured out that the best meal I can get is I can get 2% milk with a cheese stick, because that way I'm getting 260 calories, 2% milk by the way, not skim, and I'm getting fat, protein, and calcium. And sugar too, because there's, like dextrose or whatever it is in there. Milk has something in there, it's some sort of disaccharide. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm starting to calculate all the food I can get so that I can, save money and study more. I think something's seriously wrong with this. Well, hopefully next week I'll have something more interesting to report on rather than just, the changes I've been making to my diet and also how much I hate reading philosophy sometimes. But anyway, hope to see you guys next week. I guess I'll be seeing you, Emily, on Monday. See you then!